Hello and welcome to 67, my reflections on day 67. Yeah, uh, an interesting day, an interesting day. Concepts within today that are very, very familiar to me. The Tao encourages us to live very much, and especially today in this verse, and in most of the verses of the Tao, by the three jewels. Now, there are many different translations and different versions of the Tao that talk about mercy or compassion as being the first jewel. To be merciful to other people, or to be compassionate, to wish for them and to be with them and wish nothing but positive things for them. Frugalness, or sometimes referred to as simplicity, and once again, humility, to be humble, to be in a place where there is a we, not me, and the we is something that comes first, and the others within the we prior ever to the me being part of the we. So compassion, simplicity, and humility. That sometimes, for some people, I feel really emotional when I talk about those things, because those things are really important to me. I don't necessarily know if I always get it right. I've been sailing today, and I love it. I love being on and around the ocean. But actually, one might argue that is quite an opulent thing to do, to go sailing. It's not something that everyone necessarily has the ability or the optional desire to do. But actually, one of the things that I really connected with was just the simplicity of floating and experiencing the wind. Compassion is just something that is a fundamental part of my life. It has been for many years. My dad, who is a really amazing man, he's taught me many lessons. I don't necessarily think he always knows or always appreciates just what he's taught me. But he always used to say, everybody has something to teach you in life, son. Everybody has something to teach you. And you just need to spend some time and to work out what it is. And with some people, it'll be a little bit harder to discover than with others. And so I've always held that to be really passionately true for me, which has meant that I give so much of my time. Done all right in life, or doing all right in life. I don't necessarily live the life of a lottery winner, but the one thing that I am very blessed to have is time, and as in time is always very precious, and I probably at times complain that I don't have as much time maybe as other people, but I do have time. I have 24 hours in every single day, like every other human being on the planet. It's what I choose to do with that time, and I'm very blessed that I have the ability to give a lot of my time to lots of other people, and I am probably very frugal with my own time. I always try and keep the world as simple and behave as simply as possible, to look for the simplicity in things. The strange thing is about that is that very often people think you're making it complicated, where very often actually you're not, and people turn around and say to you, but that's not common sense. And you go, no, know. And sometimes actually, as you strive to be able to make the world simple and to see the simplicity in the things around you, then because it's different to what people normally want, because you're not now investing in conceptual ideas that other people and gossip and all sorts of stuff that exists that people create, they somehow feel as though you're making the world quite complicated, and actually it's quite the opposite. Humility is just, I think, a quality that it's part of the journey. It's like all these things, to be humble, to be aware, but to be humble, to place yourself in a position where you respect, appreciate the magnificence of other people. I spend a lot of time, and especially this week, a lot of credit for what I do this week. I had a lot of people say some magnificent things, really magnificent things. I've been deeply blessed and deeply touched. But actually, all I've done this week is jump up and down a bit, dance around a bit, and create an environment where people can engage in being the best version of themselves. And I've been truly blessed this week to be invited into the journey of some amazing people. They perhaps wouldn't always describe themselves as amazing, but actually to witness and see and be part of the courage that they've demonstrated this week, as they've done the things that I've encouraged them to be part of, in order to be able just to move on, to suddenly come away from a couple of days of hanging about and mucking about, being involved in a coaching program, to realise that actually they can rather than they can't, and actually that is me, and I do that rather than I don't. And it has just been a fabulous thing to see and to recognise that in a small part of other people's journeys. So yeah, just an incredible day today, and an incredible week, and just a really powerful mantra of, of courage, compassion, simplicity and humility, because quite frankly, what else is there? See you later.